Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 10th episode of Wednesday Live. And if you don't already know, I'm Chuck Baker. And today we're just going to cover some different topics that have gone on in the news and around and see what kind of trouble we can get into. um, One of the news items that happened this week, which was a sad thing. If anybody has ever seen any of the new Star Trek movies, Star Trek that came out in 2009 and Into Darkness, you know the actor that played Chekhov in those movies, Anton Yelchin. He was killed Sunday when his uh, Jeep Grand Cherokee rolled down his driveway and pinned him against his brick mailbox in his Jeep. And he was found when some friends that were expecting him for a rehearsal, when he didn't show up, they went to his house and they found him out there. He was 27 years old and he was just getting started in the entertainment industry. And I think he made a good Chekhov. And if they make any more movies, he's going to be hard to replace. There is going to be a new Star Trek movie come out next month, July, and they were able to finish that before the accident, so he will be in that one. But if there's going to be any more movies, they'll have to find someone else. Now I want to share my screen with you, and we'll look at some of the headlines that have happened this week. Just 1 second, and I will get that, and we will start sharing. All right. Yeah, this is Google News, and the top story here in the news is House Democrats stage sit-in to push for action on gun control. Uh, Gun control's a big issue, been a big issue for forever, and they keep trying to push that onto people that there should be more gun control or people shouldn't have guns. But our right to own firearms is in the Constitution, and it would take a constitutional amendment to change that. Now they can pass laws for having to register a gun, gun safety courses, things of that nature. But unless you're willing to push through a constitutional amendment banning guns, that's just not going to happen. My own personal opinion is everybody should have a firearm. You need to be trained how to use it, but the law abiding citizens should be able to have their own firearms, because if you ban firearms, the only people that aren't going to have firearms are the law abiding citizens. Everybody else is going to be out there getting a gun any way they can. So it doesn't make any sense to try and ban firearms from the law abiding citizens that want to be able to protect themselves. And there has been many instances of people having to use a firearm when someone's broken into their home. So that's my stance on that. Next one here is Trump hammers Clinton foreign policy record, foundation donations. Well, that with this, things just keep going back and forth, and to me, you know, they should talk about the issues, not throw money. Let their policies speak for themselves, not try to see who can uh, harass or embarrass the other. I mean, people are want to know what a politician is willing to do, especially one that's running for president. They want to know. We want to know what they're going to do for us, and just this going back and forth slinging mud isn't doing anything, tell us anything about what they plan to get accomplished. It just doesn't work. Next item here is Brexit. The future of Europe hinges on the vote. This is from London. A final frenzy day of campaigning tried to sway voters ahead of Thursday's referendum over whether the United Kingdom should remain in the European Union, as polls show a virtual dead heat in the contentious issue. Well, I'm not in England, not in Europe, so I don't know. I haven't really followed what's going on with that. Um, I don't know exactly what that would mean for the United Kingdom if they got out of the European Union, but that's got to be up for them to decide. Next here is Rubio seeks re-election. The Senate says Trump wor- worrisome. Uh, these days, people do, the senators and politicians, they get into everything, and they'll say something to get into office, but once they get in, it's just it's up for grabs. That's how it is. The next item here, scroll down a little bit. Derrick Rose set to join Kicks after trade from Bulls. This is the Knicks and Bulls, the basketball teams. There's a lot of different trades that go on in pro basketball, so um, be interesting to see how that turns out. And then the next one here, Sanders says he doesn't appear to be nominee. City's campaign lessons. It doesn't appear that I am going to be the nominee, he said during an interview with C-SPAN when asked about whether he will speak at the party's convention in July. Uh, and then here's some suggested stories. And as I mentioned, here's a story on Victor Yeltsin, or Anton Yeltsin. Death sparks calls for new auto recall rules. One thing about his Jeep Grand Cherokee, it was a 2015, and it was had been recalled because of a rollaway issue. It seems that when you put the vehicle in park and left the engine running, they had a tendency to slip out of park into neutral and cause a rollaway. There had been numerous issues with that, numerous incidents, but his was the first fatality to happen because of this issue. And then next article here, official Kodi edition Raspberry Pi case now available with advanced overclock cooling. So it's been a while, and you can get the Kodi Media Center for the Raspberry Pi. They have different versions of the Kodi Media Center. If you go to Kodi.tv, you can see all that's available. They have one for the PC, one for Android, one for Apple users, Raspberry Pi, and a few different other things like Linux. So if you want the Kodi Media Center, you can get it just about on any device. depending that your device has enough space. Now, I tried it on my Android phone, but I don't have enough memory left in my phone to actually run it. If I wanted to use it, I'd have to delete a few things, probably, or probably more than a few things. So I'm don't have it on my phone, but I do have it on my PC, and I really like the Kodi Media Center. It's a good piece of software, and it lets you see TV and movies, and I would recommend that. Now, the next story here is Trump Clinton. Trump Clinton is a world class liar, and there they go with the mudslinging. One side says something, the other side says something. So I'm just gonna move on from that. And then there's the Person of Interest series finale spoilers. Person satisfied with how the show ends. I did watch the final episode yesterday, and I'm not going to comment on it. You need to see it, but it did have a kind of an interesting ending, and that's really all I'm going to say about it. Um, Now we have William Shatner to mark 50 years of Star Trek at Comic Con in Boston. Hold on just one second. Um, Now, and also, I'm going to scroll down past William Shatner here. Barack Obama. I don't believe Obama is sympathetic to Muslim terrorists, Trump says. And then Obama jokes with Derek Jeter about retirement. Hold on a second. Well, I think we're just going to end this here because my dogs keep barking and I just had some people show up, so I'm going to have to cut this short. It was a short program, so I'm just going to say goodbye and we will try this again next week for episode number 11. Till then, everybody, take care and I will see you next time. I'm going to stop sharing my screen here. Stop. And there we go. So I will see you next time. I hope everybody has a good week, and I will be back next Wednesday for Wednesday Live. Till then, bye bye.